Hey guys, this is Ace Blazer. I'm bringing you another Rome Total War commentary battle for the mod Europa Barbarorum. I've got myself a Carthaginian army, and this is gonna be a battle. It's gonna be kind of musings on what would have happened if Hannibal actually had a citizen army. As you can see here, you'll see those 4 units on the top right of my unit roster. Those are elite African infantry picked out from the Carthaginian citizenry. If Carthage had a citizen army, that's what they would have looked like. I've also got 2 elite pikemen on the bottom left, and a various assortment of Iberians, Gallic infantry, and Balearic slingers. Alright, I'll show you my army. This is my sacred band. Fighting on the right, as a regular Greek army would. My elite African infantry there, dressed up in the manner of Romans, of the Roman formation, or legionaries. And here's my elite African pikemen, picked up from the Carthaginian citizenry. One of the best troops that Carthage can offer. Alright, and here are some Iberian spearmen. Scutari they're called. Yeah, you just heard them. Here's some Gallic heavy swordsmen. Alright, more Iberians. These are northern Iberians that bordered on Gaul. I've got some Lebanon Spearmen. These are the mainstay of a regular Carthaginian army. Thankfully I don't have too many of those because they suck. Libyan Phoenician infantry, which are half-breeds, basically mixed Libyan and Phoenicians. They couldn't be citizens, but they went to the army, and they were a big part of Hannibal's army. The Libyans and the Libyan Phoenician spearmen are probably the biggest part, one of the biggest part of the African contingent in Hannibal's army. Alright, I've got Libyan Phoenician cavalry there, the best that Carthage can offer from the city in cavalry, besides the sacred band, of course. My only sacred band in this game is the infantry. There was actually no official sacred band infantry unit during the Punic War. They were only around during the first Punic War, or somewhere around that time, but they got massacred in Sicily, and there was never a sacred band infantry unit ever again. But my general has a sacred band cavalry unit, and yeah. I'm fighting a Pre-Marian army here. That'll be interesting. I'm gonna try to follow Cane here. I'm gonna take out his cavalry wing quickly. He's got equites out there. I've got my Balearic slingers in front. Yeah, Balearic slingers in this game have superior range, and they are very useful. Alright, let's take a look at this fight. I'm gonna overpower this equite unit here. It's called the Plebeian Roman Citizen Cavalry. Equite Romani. Look how they hold their spears over their hand. Who knows? Underhand, overhand, it's hard to tell. I mean, history is so ambiguous. And our Libyan Phoenicians just totally overran that unit. The AI is so stupid in this game, but that's pretty standard RTW. Yeah, he sends out a Principe unit. Alright, here's what the Principes look like. I think they look very cool. The AI is actually not as bad as I make it out to be in this game. In campaign, they do some pretty cool stuff. But in custom battle, for some reason, they're just really stupid. Alright. So he's got Velites in front, Hastati in the second line there, Principes in the third line, and then Triarii in the fourth line. Or Triarii, as they say. Not too sure how Latin works out here. But the Velites would fall back to let the infantry do the fighting, and then the Hastati would be the first line. I'm kind of hoping that the Romans would fall right into my Cane type trap, but they don't. They go and try to take out my cavalry. Just a smart thing to do. But that'll leave me another opportunity to totally destroy his infantry up in front. If he were smart, he'd just withdraw from this battle, because no one can stand up to my citizen army on the right here, on my citizen army. Let's see. I've got 6 Carthaginian citizens fighting here, as well as a sacred band unit, and Libyan Phoenicians, I guess, can count as Carthaginians, sort of. Here are his Principes. I'll try to show you Hastati. Here they are, Hastati, and I'll try to show you some Triarii. Here they are. Yeah, they're kind of outfitted in classical Greek garb. gonna try to get these cavalry out of here. Yeah. Scutari. Yeah. So let's see how these Romans fare against my elite African infantry. I'm telling you guys, there's no chance. This is what happens when you face the might of a Carthaginian citizen army. Oh, you thought we were barbarians, but no. Yeah, the Sacred Band would fight on the right side, or a unit like the Sacred Band. That's the classical place for the strongest unit to be. Yeah. And the African Pikemen, those are, let's see, those fight in the same style as the Macedonian phalanx. So, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna bring my African infantry up here as a kind of a double envelopment technique, as in Cannae. My elite African infantry running around his flanks. Unfortunately, the Romans have kind of not fallen for my trap. I mean, yeah, they are getting encircled, but whoa. My Libyphonician cavalry just took out his general. That was no surprise. Alright. Yeah. There's no chance for those Romans now. They are encircled. My Iberians and Gallic infantry are actually very good. I guess maybe it's just a different interpretation. Maybe it's because, yeah, I kind of got even numbers as the Romans. The Romans probably would have outnumbered me like 2 to 1. So that's why it's so easy to win. Maybe next time I'll have a better battle. But this is just to show you what kind of units the Carthaginians might have had. Yeah. Next time I post a Europa Barbarorum battle with Carthage, I'll try to make it a little more interesting. Yeah. So the Romans are starting to chain route here, and there's no chance for them. I've got too many good infantry. See, with a citizen army, Carthage would prevail easily. They did have a citizen units, like, all over the place. These elite African infantry, outfitted in Roman garb, or Roman style, they were with Hannibal. And they fought with them. They were the ones that went around the flanks at Cannae. There's actually no evidence that the Africans used pikes. It's, at least from his elite stuff. The Libyans would have used spears and pikes. But his Carthaginian citizens, they were most likely outfitted with the Roman-style weapons and trained in the Roman warfare as a response to their losses in the First Punic War. Alright, just cleaning up. I have to mention that the Romans, they actually had one of their own reforms after the Punic Wars called at first they're called the Camillan, I believe it's called. Yeah, Camillan reform. I mean, a Camillan type of troop. And then they reformed their army, and after that it's called the Polybian Army. And that was a response to the Punic War, the first one. That's quite interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. So, I basically outstripping in every way. Better cavalry, better infantry. It's not really much of a fight. But you know what, it's fun playing historical for once. There's my Sacred Band running through my African phalanx. Yeah, these Sacred Bands are outfitted like regular hoplites. Okay, so that was apparently a heroic victory. He did have more men, but that was a pretty easy victory. Because my citizen infantry were so good. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that battle.